Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for The Game of Jaws by Ideal from 1976. Let's take a look at this. This was a phenomenon, this Jaws thing. Let me see if we can back out a little bit, or let's just go like this. Right? This is better. So this is this box, man. It's good sized. It's about 18 inches tall. You can see it like this. You've got color on these two sides, and then no color on these two sides. This is a marketing and cost decision for stacking. So this makes it possible for them to stack these boxes and show color on every side of the stack in the store. Molitor price, I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like it was $6.99. This isn't my original Game of Jaws. I don't know what happened to my original Game of Jaws. I think my mother sold it in a garage sale. It's you against the great white shark. One wrong move and the jaws go snap. Ages 6 and up, ideal 2 to 4 players. What does it say down here? Universal City Studios, manufactured by. So it looks a little different, doesn't it? The eye looks different, and all of the junk, we're not, you know, yeah, the junk is painted except for the white pieces that aren't painted. So I did have this as a kid. I had seen the commercial. Well, we had seen the movie. This came out a little bit after the movie. This was a phenomenon, this Jaws thing. So even a year or two after this movie was out, there was still merchandise flying off the shelf with this image. T-shirts, posters, book bags, trash cans, Mad Magazine. That's the only thing I could pull up real quickly that I saw that I had. But it was everywhere, this image. So we're at the department store in Placerville. It's you against the great white shark. One wrong move and the jaws go snap. That's a pretty good tagline, whoever came up with that. That's good. It's ages 6 and up, 2 to 4 players for the game. So I brought this up to where my mother was in this department store called Beano's. It was called Beano's at this strip mall. There it says 1975. I think it says 76 though. I really do think the game came out in 76. I think it's on the directions, which is what we're going to look at next. So I brought this up there to where she was, and I said, "Can I get this?" And she goes, "Game of Jaws." And I imagine in her mind, when she saw this box in my hands, maybe she was thinking, what could this game be? You know what I mean? Maybe she's thinking, how could that movie that we saw be turned into a game? You know, I don't think she realized there was a big plastic shark inside of there. The Game of Jaws. Out of the depths of the dark sea comes the shark. He's the terror of the sea. But not for you in this exciting game of Jaws. So take part in the Great White Shark Adventure. Does that say cuz? Because Jaws is full of surprises. Each player equipped with his gaff hook tries to fish out a piece of junk from the jaws. Careful, if you remove the wrong piece, the jaws go snap. It's you against the great white shark and each other. Object, be the first player to remove 4 pieces of junk from the jaws of the shark. If there's only 2 players, the first player to remove 5 wins. Here's the materials. We have everything. Well, we have 12 pieces of junk. Where does it say pieces of junk? Junk. It just says junk. Well, it's supposed to be 13 pieces of junk included in this game. See, there it says 1976. But we only have 12 in ours because I bought this off the internet about 10 years ago. But it's pretty darn good for a... Did you see that? Well, let's pull this back up. Look at that. I mean, it's in great shape. And it still had that price tag on it. And you know how I like vintage price tags. Okay, it shows us how to put the shark together because he doesn't come assembled. You have to assemble him. His name is Bruce, by the way. They don't say that in here. So you put the teeth on. You put these rubber bands in. This is kind of a tricky process, but these things are still, it's tough. So, I mean, it's well built, what I mean, and not tough to do. It is kind of tough to do. Look, you have to use the gaff hook to put the rubber band and connect it here. I did this as a kid by myself, and I did it as an adult as well, and it still works perfectly fine. We'll see it in a minute. The rubber bands that are in there are old, so it doesn't have the original snap that it originally had. But if I replaced the rubber bands, I would be able to bring it back to the original snappiness. Reloading the jaws. I need to sit better. I'm doing that thing where I'm got my elbows on my knees. I was all uncomfortably sitting. So this is how this is the setup. So look, they even show you how you can reload jaws. When everything is in here, it'll all go down there, and then you can bring it all forward and then open it up. And then here's how the gameplay works. You use the gaff hook to fish out the junk. Winning the game. Okay, let's get to the game. All right, here's our guy. He's big. He's probably 16 inches long, I'm guessing, maybe 18 inches long. I don't know. These eyes come on a sticker sheet, and these are the original ones. They look pretty good still. There's a little bit of, you know, aging from whatever, but it looks good. Everything is intact here on this particular guy. What does it say on his tail? Universal Pictures, 1975. No runs, no drips, no errors. It looks pretty good. So I didn't play this game that much. I mean, we played this game. I played this game maybe with my mom when I first got it, or my sister, and then I played it by myself, and then with friends or my cousins. But mostly, and we're going to do that. We're going to play the game right now. So, all right. So see there's the rubber bands in there, and they connect to the inside of these fins. There's a little spot that's specially made for them to connect. See, it's not as strong. So then we're going to load them up. Let's load them up. Down here. Let's come in a little bit more. You okay with that? Whoever you are. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're having a great day or evening. If you enjoy the video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe if you'd like. It's nice to have more subscribers and more viewers. It's helping my depression. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, there's a lot of it here on this channel. All right. So this is a nice frame. So let's get in here. So let's see if it was. Let's see how many we can get. Let's pretend that we're different people. So let's pretend that it's Spider-Man versus Hulk. Because as soon as we're done playing this game, I'm going to show you what I really used this game for. So we'll start with this boot for Hulk, and this skull for Spidey, and this camera for Hulk. So there's 12 pieces of junk in here. I'm missing the lantern. So we're going to look at each individual piece of junk. This is the wagon wheel. On the commercial and on the box, it shows this as being painted, as well as a lot of the other pieces of junk, except for the white pieces like the skull. But in the commercial and on the box, you know, the boot is painted, but it's not in real life when you get the game. It doesn't come painted. It's in this blue plastic. And I think these were all connected to a tree, if I remember right. This is a tough one. It's the walkie-talkie. You kind of got to get, oh, it's tough. But it's not that tough because the rubber band is old. It's not functioning as well. Here's a glove. Here's this fish. You gotta keep that away from your cat. Wow. Oh, see, that would be a foul or something, I think, because I dropped the anchor. I didn't get the anchor, and I was trying to get more than one piece at once. I don't even know if that's allowed. I don't remember seeing that mentioned in the directions. Do you? Like if you could get more than, see, look, oh, I almost had that, the tire with this bone, look at the size of this bone by comparison and scale of everything else. It looks quite a bit bigger, doesn't it? Okay, it's getting... I'm trying to... So the rubber bands, if I replace the rubber bands, so if you get this game, it really is key that you make sure that the rubber bands have a good elasticity, because see, this guy doesn't even want to close. And there's the gun. Snapped shut already. So if I tightened this up, or maybe gave the, if I got in here and unhooked this with the gaff, and then twisted this side of the rubber band, and then hooked it back up, and then did the same thing over here, unhooked it, twisted the rubber band a couple times, and hooked it back up, it might work. But now's the portion of the video where I tell you what I really did with this toy as a child, because I had this, and I really loved this, and I played with it a lot. But I didn't play the game that we just played. Instead, I used this with action figures a lot, in the bathtub, both in the bathtub and out of the bathtub. Because, look, man, I mean, Spider-Man fits inside of here. Everybody, just about everybody will fit inside of here. And look, it's like, ah, ah, ah. So Spider-Man's getting eaten. You can just put him all the way in here. Later, Spidey. And then Hulk, too. Hulk can really give it to Bruce, man. He could, man, he can bap him. Bam, bam, let Spidey go. This is like Marvel Team Up. This is like Marvel Team Up number 17 or whatever it was. That it was the one, speaking of which, this was so big, it was in comics as well. The first one, I just reminded myself of a comic that Jaws, I mean, the sharks were everywhere. Anyway, this Ghost Rider comic, I have a Ghost Rider comic that I got when I was a kid that came out at the height of Jaws, and there's a big shark cover. Let's see, what else can I think? Commandy had a big shark cover, I think. So, that's what I used this thing to play with. Like, look, Scuba Steve, here he is, and this is perfect. I get my big Jim, you know, this is he's in the motocross uniform, but when you add some swim fins to it, it makes it look like he's in a wetsuit, but he's not really in a wetsuit. He's in, this is the motorbike set. Ah, no! See? Right? And then also the pirates. These pirates were made to be played with the Jaws shark because he bit his hand off. Hey, if you're still here, I hope you're enjoying the video. We're almost done. We're kind of done with the game of Jaws. But I'm still thinking about Jaws. And since this is the only thing that we got out that was kind of really Jaws oriented here, other than the game, and I'm telling you about what a phenomenon it was, let's look at what Mad Magazine did in January of '76 with Jaws. I bought this off the stands. I was like 11 years old. I was 11 years old. I really enjoyed this stuff. Let me show you. The first thing that came in front of Mad Magazine, first of all, you had to be really big at the time to make the cover of Mad Magazine. Like the most popular movie of the month or the year, it's always going to be on the cover. So inside of Mad, the first story would always be these movie parodies drawn by this artist named Mort Drucker. And look at this stuff. He did the most amazing film parodies. He could really do caricatures. He's even doing caricatures of like people in the background. And if you watch the movie, these people look like the people in the movie. Just like like supporting roles. Look how good it is. It's just, this is the whole movie, and look how he does everybody. He draws Roy Scheider perfectly. He draws Quint perfectly. And there's jokes all through here. Here's Hooper. Yuck. Here's the mayor even. It looks just like the actor that, I mean, it looks, I don't know how Mort Drucker did this. Like, I don't know if they had access to yeah, obviously. They just used films, stills and stuff like that. And maybe took pictures, or I don't know. Maybe they just used different stills. I don't know. Anyway, he was really good. Like, he was the best, man, this guy, Mort Drucker. here's the action scene. Oh, ah! Just like what we were doing. Hey, man, I hope you enjoyed, or woman, I hope you enjoyed looking at Jaws the game. Boy, this was something else. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more stuff.